Love. I'm so excited to be here with you as always on this live. I would like to have a conversation with you and to talk about some things that you can do before you start dating again. So, if you don't know who I am a certified dating and relationship coach who helps single ladies position themselves as wives to heal from their past relationships, attract a marriage minded man, and to start dating the man of their dreams. So, like I said just a little while ago, I want to share with you three things and you can actually start doing now before you start dating again. So, as a single professional woman, you may be on the fence whether you should start dating again, whether if you just came from a relationship breakup or you have given dating a break for a little while and you have started to think about getting back out there again. I want to share with you three things that you can start doing now to help you prepare. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because in some of my dating coaching programs and in the live Honey Love Dating Master classes, what I find out is that there is pre-work before you actually get to the dating process. And the pre-work is just as important as well as actively dating. So, if you are a single professional woman and you want to see how you can attract a marriage minded man, you want to see the things that you can actually do to position yourself as a wife, or you just want to know what you can do for you to be most effective. This is the reason for this live, and I just want to encourage you and to have a conversation with you. So, I did take some notes and I wanted to share with you what my notes say. So, number one, when it comes to dating, before you actually start dating, ladies, it's just going to be so important for you to be healed first. What you don't want is to take any relationship baggage. What you don't want is to bring in relationship trauma from your previous relationship. And if you are going through a dating experience, you just want to put your best foot forward, right? So when it comes to healing, maybe the previous guy that you were in a relationship with or you had dated, maybe he was lying to you, maybe he was cheating, maybe there is a lot of pain around dating and or pain around your previous relationship. So if you are seeing dating through the lens of a whole lot of pain and you know that there can actually be some healing, now is the time to seek God and ask Him to heal your heart. This is one of the reasons why I encourage single professional ladies to really start praying and asking God to heal them of the hurt, the pain, the lies, the cheating, the ghosting, the love bombing, and all of these things. When you ask God to heal your heart, you are going to date from a healed place. If you don't ask God to heal your heart, you can actually attract a man who could be the same things that your ex was to you, right? So if you want to break some of those relationship cycles, if you want to break that attraction of dating men who are liars, who are cheaters, who are not emotionally available, who are ghosting, who are love bombing, you have to get rid of that stuff. And the only way that you are truly going to get rid of that stuff is if you ask God to heal your heart. So if there's any hurt, if there's any pain, if you have any hesitancy, there is an opportunity for you to be healed by the Lord. And let me just say this. Hey everyone, let me just say this is that when I was in a previous relationship for 4.5 years, there was a lot of hurt and there was a lot of pain. And when I had left that relationship, I knew that I actually needed to be healed. I needed to be healed from the lies. I needed to be healed from the deception. I needed to be healed from allowing myself to be put in that situation, right? And so when I had sought God and I had asked Him to heal my heart, that's exactly what He did. So when I was ready to start dating, I was actually dating from a healed place. I was going to be attracting a healed man. I was going to be attracting a man who was whole. So if you want to prevent yourself from dating a man that is broken, if you want to prevent yourself from dating men who don't know what they want or who are not emotionally available, if you want to prevent yourself from doing that, now is the time for you to pray and ask God to heal your heart so you will attract a healed version of a man. You will attract a man who has values like you do, and you can have a man who wants the same things that you want. So Parker family says, "You're pretty. Can you shout me out? My name is Kenzie." Hey Kenzie, how you doing? Welcome to the room, and thank you everybody for coming on this live. Okay, make sure that you share this with some of your girlfriends who are singles and they are dating with a purpose. Make sure you share out this live. So tip number 2 is that when before you start dating, let go of the comparison. So if every guy that you are dating, if you are comparing him to everyone else, you are really not giving him the chance to prove who he is as a man. Just think about it. Would you want a guy to compare you to every other woman that he's dated and even bring up how other women did things better than you? I don't think that that would make you feel comfortable, right? So why not take off the lens, or why not let go of the comparison and allow a man to be who he is and to give him a chance to show you who he is, and to not compare a man to a man, but give him a shot at showing you that he can pursue you, showing you that he can love you, showing you that he has what it takes, right? And one of the problems with comparison is that if a man does not measure up to the previous man that you compare him to, you can actually date him out of being discontented, right? So if you have discontentment dating a guy based on comparing him to another man, you will never be satisfied. But if you allow yourself to date a man and to see him for who he is, to take the comparison out, to allow him to show you that he has what it takes, to allow him to show you that he can pursue you, to allow him to show you what kind of characters and what kind of characteristics and what kind of qualities that he has, then you can actually appreciate the type of value that he brings inside of the dating and the relationship experience, right? So if you are starting to get back out there with dating again, make sure that you take out the comparison lens or the comparison feelings, because when you take out the comparison, you won't be as disappointed. And it's like, you're actually robbing yourself out of the experience. And what you want to do is you want to be able to appreciate him, and you want him to be able to appreciate you. No one really likes to be compared to the previous person. No one really likes to be compared in the context of, oh, well, my ex did this better than you, or this girl did this better than you. Like, no one really wants to be compared. So when you date one person or a couple people at a time and you really get to know them, give them the opportunity to show you who they are, and don't compare one person against the other person. And here's the other thing too, is that here's how you know you are comparing a man to another man, is when you say to yourself, if only I can take this from this man, this from this man, that from that man, and that from that man, and combine it and build a man, that I would have the perfect man. That is one of the clear indications that you are comparing this man to that man to this man to that man. And what you don't want to do is compare, because let's be real, and one person isn't just going to be 100% of what you want. And if they are a unicorn, right? If you are actually able to get 80% of what you want inside of a man as a single woman, if you can get 80% of the characters, of the values, how you want to be treated, how you want to be talked to, how you want to feel, if you could get 80% of what you want in a man, let me tell you, that is one of the best shots that you could have when it comes to being compatible with a man, right? So if you are going back out into the dating scene, make sure that you are not comparing one man over the other, but allow yourself to give a man a chance, and for him to prove to you who he is, the value that he can bring, as well as him being able to pursue you. Now, number three is that when it comes to dating, you can't date out of fear. When it comes to dating, you have to be hopeful, and you have to put your faith in God that He is going to send you your future husband, and that there is going to be a divine appointment, right? So if you are getting back out there and dating, you actually have to look at dating with the lens of hope and not fear. When you date out of fear, you are going to attract the type of man that you don't want. When you date out of hope, chances are that you are going to attract a man that has the value, the characters, the qualities, and you can have the experiences that you want. So you have to date out of hope and not out of fear. If you're always side eyeing men, if you're always looking at men to say that they will never measure up, chances are you're likely going to attract the type of man that you don't want. So when you date out of hope, when you date out of a positive mindset, when you date out of prayer, and you are just hoping and wanting the best, chances are you are going to attract a man that is going to be what you want. You can't uh, hope from a low place. You have to hope from, like, God has the very best for me. I am looking to be treated well by a man, because some women actually think that, there aren't any good men. Some women actually think that, all men, are dogs, all men, don't know what they want. So when a woman has that type of mindset, she is going to attract that type of man. So this is the reason why you have to date out of hope. You can't date out of fear. And let me tell you, you are going to attract the man that you want into your life, especially if you are thinking positively, especially if you are praying, especially if you know what you want, you know how you want to be treated, you know the standards that you have, you know the value that you bring, and all of these things. So what I'm saying to you is the things that I just described to you, that's clarity, right? So when you date out of hope, that's a positive feeling. When you date out of a positive mindset, it's not a confusion mindset. When you date out of a positive mindset, you're likely going to attract a man that has a positive mindset as well. So the purpose of this live is to help you if you are getting back out there dating again. So number one is that you have to heal before you start dating. So be in prayer about that. Number two is you have to release comparison, especially if you compare this man to that man, to this man to that man, and you think to yourself, if I can combine all these men together and I can build the perfect man, I would have the perfect man. And that type of mindset is a mindset of comparison. And remember, if you are actually able to date a man that is 80% of what you want, you could possibly have a good man on your hands. There isn't a perfect man, just like you are not a perfect woman. If you can date someone who is as close to what it is that you desire, if you could date someone who is as close to the prayers that you have prayed, if you could date someone as close to the things that you would want for today and moving toward your tomorrow, and possibly for a future marriage, you could actually have a good thing. And then lastly is you have to choose hope over fear. You just can't think to yourself, all men aren't going to treat me right. All men are out here to get me. All men are users. All of those things are lies. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to be prayerful. You have to be mindful of the things that you are actually thinking and to be able to move on with that. So let me read some of your comments. Someone asked, are you single? I am not single. I am married and I have been married to my husband for 14 years. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I'm Coach Honeylove, and I help single women position themselves as wives and not girlfriends. And today I had such an amazing day. One of the ladies who is who was part of the Honey Love Dating Academy, today she tied the knot with her loving husband, and I'm just so excited for them. And I just wanted to come on here just to talk to you about dating. Before you get back out to dating, to do these three things. Number one is to heal before you go back out there. Number two is to release comparison. And then number three is to choose hope over fear. Like I said, I'm Coach Honeylove, and I hope that you enjoyed this live. If you want to join a live community, please click the link below to join Honeylove Dating Academy, to join the live masterclasses. I hope that there was something in this live that was beneficial to you, and I've definitely enjoyed talking to you guys today. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.